How much wealth you possess matters less than how effectively you utilize it. Wealth isn't merely about cash or coins, it's shaped by our mindset, habits, and choices. Did you know that despite being some of the richest individuals globally, many people still face bankruptcy? Meanwhile, someone in an average job can accumulate assets worth millions. This audiobook is more than just a book, it offers a transformative outlook. It reveals how to cultivate a positive relationship with money, the true essence of saving, investing, and achieving financial freedom, and, above all, how money can bring happiness into your life. Why do you need this audiobook? Because money isn't just a means to purchase things, it holds the power to turn your dreams into reality. Ask yourself, are you earning wisely or squandering what you make? Are your decisions paving the way to financial independence or dragging you toward debt and stress? This video will not only inform you but also ignite a deeper introspection. It provides answers to every question you've pondered about your future and finances. So why delay? Watch, listen, and set a new direction for your life. Remember, if this video resonates with you, even a single step can propel you to unparalleled success. So, what's stopping you? Begin today. This video is more than just knowledge, it's a mindset-shifting revolution. Introduction, the greatest show on earth. During my college years, I worked at an upscale hotel in Los Angeles. There, I often met a tech expert who was a regular visitor. He had amassed great wealth by designing a crucial component for Wi-Fi. He had founded and sold several companies, making a fortune. However, his approach to using his wealth was peculiar. He always carried bundles of $100 bills and would flash his money to people, even when unprompted. When intoxicated, his display of wealth became even more extravagant. On one occasion, he handed $1,000 to a coworker and instructed him to buy gold coins from a nearby store. Once the coins arrived, he and his friends started tossing them into the sea for amusement. Another time, he broke a lamp in the hotel's restaurant. When the manager informed him of its $500 cost and asked for compensation, he nonchalantly pulled out $5,000, handed it over, and said, "Here, take this, and leave me alone." You might wonder how long such behavior could continue. The answer is, not for long. Before long, he lost everything and was completely broke. Now, let me share another story about a man named Ronald Read. Ronald was a simple janitor who worked at a gas station for 25 years and later at a department store for 17 years. He led a very modest life. At 38, he bought a small house, where he lived for the rest of his life. His hobbies were just as simple, such as chopping wood. Given his unassuming lifestyle, no one could have guessed his true wealth. But when he passed away at the age of 92, the world was stunned to learn that he had amassed a fortune of $8 million. He left $2 million to his stepchildren and donated $6 million to a local hospital and library. People were amazed by how a janitor had accumulated such wealth. Yet, there was no magic involved. Ronald saved a portion of his income and invested it in small stocks, which, over decades, grew significantly. These two stories impart a crucial lesson about wealth. Wealth management is not about intelligence but about behavior. No matter how smart a person may be, without discipline over their actions, their financial situation can spiral downward. The psychology of money emphasizes that wealth isn't just about numbers or calculations. It's about how we manage our finances and emotions. Chapter 1: No one is a fool. When it comes to managing money, everyone views it through the lens of their personal experiences. The author explains that while we might act unwisely with money at times, it doesn't make us fools. Our financial choices are shaped by our backgrounds, the environment we live in, and our unique circumstances. For example, someone who has spent their life in poverty and endured hardships due to a lack of money may find the idea of taking risks extremely intimidating. In contrast, someone born into wealth and accustomed to abundance might find risks exhilarating. The author emphasizes that everyone's relationship with money is shaped by different experiences, and it's impossible to fully grasp how someone else perceives or manages their finances. Take the case of a stockbroker who lost everything during the Great Depression of 1930. Such an experience could instill a lifelong fear of the market. On the other hand, someone who thrived during the booming 1990s might regard the stock market as the ultimate path to success. These contrasting views arise because perceptions of wealth are deeply intertwined with personal history. Your understanding of money might only represent a tiny fraction of what happens globally, yet to you, it feels like the majority of the truth. This highlights that we interpret the world based on how we've lived it rather than how it truly is. Here's an intriguing example to illustrate this point. During the 1960s, while running for president, John F. Kennedy was asked about his experience during the Great Depression. His response was, "I didn't feel the depression at all. My family was wealthy. We had large homes, servants, and all the luxuries. It wasn't until I studied the Depression at Harvard that I understood it." This statement reveals how personal circumstances shape our experiences. Those who endured the hardships of the Depression may carry a lifelong fear of economic instability, while others who remained unaffected perceive it as just another historical event. The key takeaway from this chapter is that we should refrain from judging others' financial decisions. Every person's situation and experiences are distinct. Chapter 2, Luck and Risk. In the financial world, success and failure are often the result of a delicate balance between luck and risk. These two elements represent two sides of the same coin, showing us that life's outcomes aren't purely driven by hard work. Frequently, factors beyond our control play a pivotal role. The author points out that nothing in life is ever as perfect or as disastrous as it seems. The luck of Bill Gates. Consider Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Did you know that in 1968, he attended the only school in the world with access to a computer? Lakeside School in Seattle was a rare institution, providing its students with a computer at a time when such technology was scarce. Gates, along with his partner Paul Allen, honed their programming skills there. This foundation played a crucial role in the creation of Microsoft. Now, consider this: in 1978, there were 303 million high school students globally, including 18 million in the United States. Out of these, only about 300 attended Lakeside School and had access to a computer. Bill Gates was among this exceptionally fortunate group. The risk of Kurt Evans. At the same school, another student named Kurt Evans was a close friend of Gates and equally talented. The two of them spent countless hours working on computers and brainstorming their futures. Tragically, Kurt Evans passed away in an accident during high school. Had he survived, he might have been a key player in Microsoft's success. Lessons from luck and risk. The role of luck and effort. Achieving success isn't always a direct result of hard work. Luck often plays a significant role. The impact of risk, similarly, failure isn't always due to poor decisions. Risks and external factors can heavily influence outcomes. A key thought. The author reminds us that when assessing someone's success or failure, we should always consider the influence of both luck and risk alongside their efforts. Chapter 3, Never Enough. A profound irony within the realm of money is the idea of enough. Regardless of the wealth one amasses, the persistent feeling of needing more often remains. Is enough merely a mirage? The author observes that even after crossing major success milestones, dissatisfaction frequently lingers. This mindset compels us to constantly chase more, yet a clear endpoint doesn't exist. Picture someone who has accumulated millions throughout their life yet continues to engage in high-risk investments in pursuit of greater riches, ultimately losing it all. This underscores the peril of not knowing when to stop, risking the loss of everything hard-earned. A memorable example. At a party, legendary authors Kurt Vonnegut and Joseph Heller once discussed a wealthy hedge fund manager's fortune. Vonnegut quipped, "Did you know this man makes more in a single day than your book catch, 22 has earned throughout its history? Heller calmly replied, "That may be, but I have something he'll never have, enough." This anecdote delivers a profound truth: understanding the meaning of enough leads to genuine wealth and happiness. The risks of greed. Greed often drives people into missteps that jeopardize everything they've built. Consider Tony, a thriving businessman and former McKinsey CEO. He had it all: wealth, fame, and societal respect. Yet, his insatiable desire for more led him to commit illegal insider trading. The consequence? He lost not only his fortune but also his reputation. The author emphasizes how greed blinds individuals, making them risk their fortunes without recognizing they already had enough. Lessons to learn. Recognize sufficiency: having life's essentials and a bit of added comfort can be enough. Beware of greed: don't gamble away everything in the relentless pursuit of more. A key insight. Mastering the art of preserving wealth is more valuable than excelling at earning it. Chapter 4, The Wonder of Compounding. Compounding, or compound interest, is a remarkable phenomenon in the financial world. When properly understood and applied, it can turn modest savings into immense wealth, revolutionizing one's financial trajectory. What is compounding? In essence, compounding involves earning interest on your principal and then earning interest on that interest. Over time, this process can turn a small amount of money into a substantial fortune. The case of Warren Buffett. Buffett began investing at just 11 years old. By 30, he had nearly $1 million, equivalent to $9 million today. But his current net worth exceeds $100 billion. Was this purely due to his financial brilliance? No, it's a testament to the extraordinary power of compounding. Buffett's true genius lies in his unwavering consistency and his ability to stay invested for the long haul. Compounding became his ultimate advantage. The role of time. The magic of compounding unfolds when you give it time to work its wonders. For example, investing $5,000 each month with a 10% annual return results in a $600,000 investment over 10 years. Yet, thanks to compounding, the fund grows to over $1 million. Continuing this practice for 30 years can yield over $10 million. Why compounding matters. The gift of time, starting early maximizes growth potential. Patience pays off. Benefiting from compounding requires patience, it's not a shortcut to riches. Small steps, big rewards. Wealth doesn't require vast sums. Regular, small contributions accumulate impressively over time. Lessons. Harnessing compounding is among the simplest ways to achieve financial success. It demonstrates that true financial mastery lies in growing wealth wisely, not just earning it. A closing thought. To achieve lasting wealth, embrace the power of compounding and let time be your greatest ally. Chapter 5, Becoming Wealthy versus Staying Wealthy. In the financial world, achieving wealth is just one part of the equation. The bigger challenge is maintaining it. You've likely heard of individuals who built massive fortunes, only to lose them soon after. Why is the ability to stay wealthy so vital? Maintaining wealth hinges on how well you handle the money you've worked so hard to earn. It's not merely about making smart investments, it's also about effectively managing greed, risks, and uncertainty. Take Mike Tyson as an example. Over his boxing career, he earned close to $400 million. Yet, by 2003, due to extravagant lifestyle choices and poor financial decisions, he declared bankruptcy. Was Tyson unaware of how to make money? Of course not. The reason he ended up broke was his failure to master the art of wealth preservation. Warren Buffett versus many wealthy individuals. The author points out the key distinction between Warren Buffett and numerous other affluent investors: patience. While Buffett consistently placed his wealth in stable, secure investments over the long term, many others, driven by the urge to accumulate even more, took excessive risks and lost their fortunes. The greatest culprit: greed. Even after acquiring wealth, if one succumbs to the desire for more and takes unnecessary risks, the likelihood of losing everything increases. A compelling detail from the Richest in Death report reveals that many wealthy individuals lose a significant portion of their wealth during the final years of their lives because they fail to recognize their boundaries. 3 vital lessons. Becoming wealthy may be achievable, but retaining wealth requires diligence and discipline. Understand risk. Focus on what you stand to lose, not just what you could gain. Know your limits. Recognize when it's time to step back and say, "This is enough." Key takeaway. The true measure of financial success lies in distinguishing between earning wealth and safeguarding it. A thought. Staying wealthy isn't solely about knowledge, it requires patience and sound judgment. Chapter 6, You Win. In the financial landscape, success can feel as unpredictable as the toss of a coin. However, this doesn't mean it's entirely a game of luck. True triumph comes from managing both your gains and losses with wisdom. Risk and balance. The author likens investment and wealth management to flipping a coin. On one side, you have fortune, bringing the right opportunities your way. On the other, you have patience and discipline, which dictate how effectively you capitalize on those opportunities. A key reminder. In any coin toss, winning every time isn't realistic. Losses are inevitable. What matters is understanding that one loss doesn't signify the end of the game. The value of heads. A heads outcome represents making the most of your decisions. Achieving this requires accepting risks and handling them wisely. The author illustrates this concept with a straightforward example. Imagine flipping a coin 100 times, landing on heads 60 times and tails 40 times. If each head brings gains and each tail results in losses, the key is maximizing your profits from heads while minimizing the impact of tails. Rules for success. 1. Embrace small errors. Winning consistently is impossible, but managing small mistakes helps prevent significant losses. For instance, in the stock market, some investments may fail, but securing profits from the right ones can lead to overall gains. 2. Patience is crucial. A coin toss isn't a one-time event. Staying in the game long-term increases the odds of landing heads. The author stresses that enduring success is reserved for those who play the long game. 3. Balance risk and reward. Every decision should involve assessing the risk-to-reward ratio. If the risk outweighs the potential reward, it's wiser to steer clear. A cautionary example. The author recounts the story of a hedge fund manager who achieved substantial early success. However, overconfidence led him to take increasingly larger risks. At one point, he allocated 80% of his fund to a single unsecured investment. When it failed, he lost all his investors' money. Learning. Chasing relentless victories can lead to reckless decisions. However, by taking measured steps and carefully managing each head, success becomes achievable. 3 key principles. Don't fear losses, they're an inherent part of investing. View them as learning opportunities rather than failures. Stay patient. True wealth building requires time and perseverance. Shift your perspective. Success isn't only about winning, it's about maximizing the value of your wins. Key takeaway. The true essence of "you win" is making decisions that align with long-term success. A thought. Winning matters, but remaining in the game is even more critical. Chapter 7, Freedom. What is the ultimate purpose of wealth? According to the author, it isn't just about purchasing things or influencing others. The greatest benefit of wealth lies in the freedom it offers. Freedom means being able to control the most significant aspects of your life, deciding when to work, who to work with, and most importantly, who to work for. Why is freedom significant? The most valuable thing money can provide is the freedom of time. The author illustrates this with an example. Picture someone who works tirelessly day and night, unable to spend time with their family, friends, or even themselves. Despite an increasing income, they feel no sense of fulfillment. Contrast this with another person who saves moderately, keeps expenses in check, and ensures they are not bound by anyone's orders. Although their earnings might be less, they live life on their own terms. True satisfaction. Freedom is about shaping your life according to your choices. The author asserts that the essence of wealth lies in contentment and independence, rather than simply accumulating material goods. A fascinating insight. The author addresses a common misunderstanding: many believe that more money equals greater happiness. However, genuine happiness stems from the sense of freedom. Without the ability to use your time as you desire, wealth loses its significance. Steps to attain freedom. Set clear priorities, identify what matters most in your life. Are you working solely for money, or do you aim to create time for your passions and dreams? Control your expenses. Lower spending means needing less money, which accelerates financial independence. Invest wisely. Focus on assets that provide regular income, reducing the need to work out of obligation. Avoid debt. Debt creates dependency. To achieve financial freedom, staying debt-free is crucial. The essence of freedom. True freedom isn't just about having wealth. It's about managing your time, energy, and priorities on your terms. Key takeaway. The purpose of wealth extends beyond acquiring possessions. It's about gaining the liberty to make your own life decisions. A thought. The true value of money lies not in how much you earn, but in how much freedom it allows you. Chapter 8, The Paradox of the Man in the Car. The chapter opens with a simple yet thought-provoking question: why do we strive to earn money? Most people would say, to gain respect. We want others to recognize our success and value us for it. However, the author reveals a significant paradox. When you notice someone driving an expensive car, who stands out in your memory? Likely, it's the car, not the person behind the wheel. The paradox. Those who showcase their wealth often assume people will admire them. In reality, what grabs attention is what people find appealing: the car, the watch, or the house, not the individual flaunting it. The misconception of respect. Many of us think others will judge and appreciate us based on our possessions. However, true respect comes not from material belongings but from one's character and actions. An example. Imagine buying a luxurious car and expecting people to admire you by saying, "Wow, this person is so wealthy." In truth, most people simply look at the car and think, "I wish I owned a car like that." Instead of respecting you, they lose themselves in their aspirations. How to earn genuine respect. The author suggests that earning respect requires focusing on who you are rather than what you own. People respect individuals who help others selflessly, exhibit kindness and humility, support others' success without arrogance. A critical reflection. Material displays may leave a fleeting impression, but lasting respect stems from your actions and conduct. The car paradox. Your possessions do not define your identity. To earn people's admiration, make them feel valued. If your life revolves around flaunting wealth, you won't hold a place in their hearts. Advice from the author. Use your wealth to enhance your self-worth, not merely to impress others. Key takeaways. Respect cannot be purchased, regardless of the number of expensive items you own. Material things only create surface-level impressions. Consider others' perspectives. People remember your values and behavior far more than your belongings. Simplicity exudes strength. By avoiding the urge to show off, you present yourself as genuine and respectable. A thought. Let your wealth reflect who you are, not through displays, but by becoming a better version of yourself. Chapter 9, Wealth Lies in the Unseen. The essence of true wealth often goes unnoticed. That luxury car, sprawling house, or designer wardrobe is simply a visible representation of your money. Genuine wealth, however, resides in what's invisible: your savings, investments, and overall financial well-being. In this chapter, the author conveys that true wealth doesn't equate to indulging in lavish purchases. It is, instead, defined by what remains unspent, the funds that safeguard your future. Appearance versus reality. We tend to admire those who flaunt their riches, impressive mansions, luxury vehicles, and high-end brands. Yet, we rarely consider the ongoing costs tied to such lifestyles. Picture someone buying a $100,000 home while having assets totaling the same amount. This leaves no room for savings. As the author points out, appearances often fail to reveal the underlying financial reality. Understanding true wealth. Savings, these empower you to achieve your long-term goals, whether it's funding your children's education, securing retirement, or preparing for life's uncertainties. Freedom. With savings, you gain independence and the power to make choices that align with your values. The pressure to keep up. Society often nudges us to exhibit our financial success. When friends frequent upscale restaurants or relatives flaunt luxury cars, it's tempting to keep pace. But this need to compete can erode your genuine wealth, your savings and independence. A telling example. The author describes meeting a man who led a glamorous life, with an extravagant home, high-end car, and designer outfits. Upon closer inspection, this individual was drowning in debt. Conversely, a modest-looking man, prioritizing saving and investing, was both financially independent and free from debt. Takeaway. Displaying wealth doesn't equate to genuine financial stability. True wealth is about security and the freedom to live life without financial constraints. 3 key lessons. 1. Make savings a priority. Wealth is built by preserving resources for the future. 2. Avoid flaunting it. Choose financial security over the allure of expensive possessions. 3. Value freedom. Financial independence comes from your ability to save and invest wisely. Reflection. True wealth is not what's displayed to the world but what secures and sustains a stable, autonomous life. A closing thought. Money's greatest value lies in offering security and independence, rather than serving as a means to impress others. Chapter 10, The Real Conversation About Wealth. The act of saving is far more critical than simply earning money. Savings form the foundation of your future, providing not only financial stability but also the strength to navigate life's uncertainties. The true essence of savings. Humility, recognizing that you don't need to possess everything immediately. Control, mastering the discipline to manage your desires. The author stresses that saving isn't solely tied to income but also to how thoughtfully you handle your wants. Why savings matter. 1. Your safety net. Savings act as a buffer during financial hardships, be it unexpected illness, job loss, or other emergencies. 2. Capital for your aspirations. Whether it's purchasing a home, funding your children's education, or planning retirement, your savings make these goals achievable. 3. Freedom. Savings grant the freedom to step back from work or live life on your terms. Savings and income, a common misconception. It's often believed that saving is only for those with high incomes. The reality, however, is that saving depends more on how you manage expenses. For instance, someone earning $1,000 a month and saving $400 is financially stronger than someone earning $10,000 but spending every penny. A thought to reflect on. Saving isn't determined by how much you earn but by where your priorities lie. A noteworthy example. The author shares the story of 2 individuals, one earning $10,000 a month but spending it all on rent, loans, and luxuries, and another earning just $500 monthly but saving $100 consistently. After 10 years, the second individual was financially independent, while the first remained shackled by debt. How to build savings. 1. Distinguish between wants and needs. Not all desires need fulfillment. Embracing simplicity is the first step toward saving. 2. Control your expenses, spend only on essentials and avoid unnecessary purchases. 3. Automate your savings. Cultivate the habit of setting aside a fixed percentage of your income into a savings account regularly. 4. Set clear goals. Define specific objectives for your savings, such as retirement planning, your children's education, or an emergency fund. 3 key lessons. 1. Every small amount counts, whether it's $50 or $500, consistent savings grow over time. 2. Be patient. Building wealth is a gradual process. Allow time for growth. 3. Savings are your strength. Having savings builds confidence and prepares you to face any crisis. Learning. The ultimate purpose of earning money is to save it for a secure and stable future. A closing thought. Your wealth is not measured by your income but by how much you've saved. Chapter 11, Approaching Money with Reasonable Thinking. When it comes to managing finances, being strictly rational isn't always necessary. According to the author, adopting a reasonable approach often holds greater value than striving for pure rationality in financial decisions. Reasonable versus rational. To be rational means basing decisions entirely on logic, mathematics, and facts, aiming for precise outcomes. Being reasonable, however, is not just about making the objectively right choice, it's about making choices that align with your emotions, circumstances, and overall life balance, ensuring they're sustainable in the long run. Why reasonableness matters. Money is more than numbers, it's interwoven with our feelings, habits, and mindset. Example, investing in the stock market is rational since it generally provides the best returns over time. Yet, if stock market fluctuations cause you stress or sleepless nights, then investing heavily in stocks wouldn't be a reasonable decision for you. Key takeaway, your money will truly benefit you only if you're at ease with the decisions you've made. The pitfalls of excessive rationality. Losing joy. Constantly analyzing financial decisions can lead to mental fatigue. Lack of commitment. If your choices don't resonate with your emotions or habits, it becomes harder to stick to them over time. Advice from the author. When making financial decisions, give equal weight to your feelings and priorities alongside logic. A noteworthy example. The author recounts the story of a friend who chose to invest entirely in bonds for retirement. While bonds offer lower returns than stocks and aren't the most rational choice, the friend's peace of mind and confidence in the safety of his money made it the reasonable option for him. 3 key takeaways. 1. Be honest with yourself. Decisions that bring you peace of mind are the ones best suited to you. 2. Enjoy the process. If managing money takes away your happiness, it's time to rethink your approach. 3. Avoid copying others. Everyone's circumstances and mindset are different. Tailor your decisions to your own priorities. Learning, managing finances isn't just about making the right choices, it's about finding a balance that fits your life and fosters mental peace. A final thought, being reasonable is far more essential than being purely rational when it comes to handling money. Chapter 12, Embracing Unpredictability. In the realm of money and investments, the only certainty is unpredictability. Life, markets, and circumstances often defy our expectations. Appearances can be deceiving, and our most significant challenges frequently emerge from the least expected events. Defining unpredictability. Unpredictability refers to situations or events that are impossible to foresee. Examples. The 2008 financial crisis. The global pandemic in 2020. Sudden market crashes. Consider this, could most people have accurately predicted these events? The answer is no. The author's guidance. While planning for the future, it's crucial to acknowledge that not everything will be within your control. 2 key principles. 1. Prepare for the unexpected. When saving or investing, include provisions to shield yourself during unpredictable times, like maintaining an emergency fund. 2. Avoid judging outcomes too harshly. A carefully planned decision that goes awry doesn't mean you failed. Often, negative outcomes are the result of unforeseen circumstances. A fascinating example. In 1998, long-term capital management, LTCM, a hedge fund, made large investments globally based on mathematical models and logical strategies. However, the Russian financial crisis that year upended all their calculations, leading to the fund's collapse. This example demonstrates how even the best-laid plans can crumble due to unpredictable events. Strategies to handle unpredictability. 1. Diversify. Spread your investments across various sectors to balance potential losses with gains. 2. Assess risk. Before committing funds, evaluate how much loss you can endure in a worst-case scenario. 3. Build an emergency fund. Always allocate money to cover unforeseen expenses in life. 4. Stay flexible. Avoid rigid plans, adapt them as situations evolve. Learning. The golden rule of money management is to embrace unpredictability. Those who believe they can control everything often take the biggest risks. A closing thought: don't attempt to dictate the future, focus on preparing to navigate it wisely. Chapter 13, Making Space for Mistakes. In financial decisions, mistakes are inevitable. The key is whether you leave room for errors in your plans. Without such flexibility, you risk jeopardizing your financial future. The author highlights that successful investors and money managers don't just focus on getting everything right, they also prepare to recover if things go wrong. What errors represent? Errors are a reminder that perfection isn't achievable. No plan is flawless. Think about it. Can anyone foresee every possible scenario while planning for the future? The answer is no. That's why incorporating flexibility and safety measures into your decisions is essential. 3 key principles. 1. Budget for mistakes. Assume that mistakes might happen while investing. Placing all your money in one investment is risky. Keep some funds in secure options. 2. Be optimistic, yet realistic. It's important to have a positive outlook, but you also need to acknowledge that things may not always go as planned. 3. Reduce risk. Incorporate strategies like emergency funds and diversification to shield yourself from major shocks. An interesting example. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder, always built room for errors into his plans. He worked under the assumption that 70% of his ideas could fail. Despite that, the 30% that succeeded propelled Amazon to become one of the largest companies in the world. Takeaway: making mistakes is natural, but being prepared for them helps you avoid major setbacks. The significance of a safety margin. The author introduces the concept of a safety margin, adding extra cushions to your plan to remain stable when things don't work out as expected. Example: if you earn $1,000 a month, taking on $10,000 in debt isn't sustainable. A safety margin means borrowing only as much as you can realistically repay using your savings and additional income. Lessons. 1. Acknowledge mistakes. Everyone makes errors. How you respond to them defines your success. 2. Prioritize safety. Adding extra provisions to your plans prepares you for unexpected challenges. 3. Stay patient and adaptable. With the ability to manage mistakes, you'll persevere without giving up. A final thought: making room for mistakes isn't a sign of weakness, it's a mark of wisdom. Chapter 14, Embracing Change. Your relationship with money is not fixed, it evolves as you age and gain experience. What you prioritize today may lose importance in the future. Therefore, your financial plans need to adapt to reflect your changing priorities. Understanding change. Today versus tomorrow. The author explains that many people plan based on their current needs and desires, forgetting that their priorities could shift drastically over time. Example: at age 25, retirement planning might seem unnecessary. By the time you're 40, it could become one of your top concerns. The nature of change, life, thoughts, and priorities naturally evolve. The author suggests acknowledging that your future self may have entirely different needs and goals compared to your current self. Steps to adapt to change. 1. Be flexible. Craft plans that allow adjustments for future changes. Being rigid can make adapting difficult. 2. Balance current priorities. enjoy the present, but don't do so at the cost of your future. 3. Evaluate future needs, regularly review and revise your priorities and financial plans. A fascinating example. The author shares a story about someone who invested everything in startups at age 30, hoping to get rich quickly by taking risks. By age 50, however, they realized they hadn't saved for their future and struggled when faced with health challenges. Learning, financial plans should factor in how age, health, and lifestyle shifts can change your priorities. How to adapt to change. Allow flexibility. Your plans aren't perfect, leave room for adjustments. Practice patience. Change happens gradually, so be prepared to accept it. 3 key takeaways. 1. Balance the present and the future. Enjoy life now but save for what's ahead. 2. Flexibility is your strongest asset. Adjust plans as circumstances shift. 3. Be realistic. Honestly assess how your future might differ from today. Learning, financial plans are not static. Life, priorities, and perspectives will evolve, and embracing this change is key to financial wisdom. A final thought, change is inevitable, the wise move forward by accepting and adapting to it. Chapter 15, Understanding Costs. In the financial world, nothing comes without a price. While some costs are monetary, others involve time, effort, stress, or risk. The author points out that every achievement has hidden costs that are often overlooked. Why costs matter? Visible and hidden costs. Buying a stock involves more than its market price. The true cost includes the mental pressure of handling its volatility. Nothing is truly free, even things that appear free come with hidden expenses, such as time or attention. For example, free advice or services may require your focus and effort. Example, the stock market's price. Investing in the stock market is an excellent way to grow wealth, but it comes with an invisible cost, enduring market ups and downs. If you aren't comfortable with this volatility, the cost of staying invested could outweigh the benefits. Key takeaway, for those unable to handle volatility, the stock market becomes a costly endeavor. The desire for everything. Many people try to acquire as much as possible without fully understanding the price of their choices. Example, purchasing a luxury car costs more than its sticker price. Maintenance, fuel, and loan repayments also add to the burden. Hidden costs in life. The price of time. Working extra hours to earn more can take away valuable time with family or for yourself. The price of health. Neglecting health while chasing wealth can lead to hefty medical expenses later. 3 important lessons. 1. Every success has a cost, nothing comes easy. Choose which costs you're willing to bear. 2. Understand hidden costs, recognize how decisions impact your time, mental peace, and life. 3. Find balance, remember that your time and well-being are your most precious assets. A notable example. Warren Buffett, despite his immense wealth, leads a simple lifestyle. He understands that costly items aren't just about money but also the mental toll they can bring. His simplicity allows him peace and stability, which he considers his real wealth. Learning, everything in life comes with a price, and true wisdom lies in recognizing whether the cost is worth paying. A final thought, nothing is truly free, the key is choosing what's worth its price. Chapter 16, You and I. One intriguing element of managing money is the variety in how each person approaches it. A plan that works perfectly for you might not suit me because everyone's experiences, priorities, and goals differ. The author emphasizes that understanding this you and I distinction is essential for financial success. The significance of diverse perspectives. The influence of personal experience. Your perspective on money is largely shaped by the experiences and lessons you've encountered throughout life. Example, someone who has experienced poverty may shy away from risks, while another accustomed to financial stability might approach the stock market with confidence and boldness. Variations in goals and priorities. One person may focus on saving for their children's education, while another prioritizes retirement savings. Each objective demands a customized financial strategy. Risk-taking ability. Risk tolerance differs significantly among individuals. A younger person with fewer responsibilities might embrace greater risks, while someone with a family might prefer safer investments. Why you and I think differently. Diverging priorities. Priorities vary greatly between individuals. You might aspire to own a luxury car, whereas I may focus on education or healthcare expenses. Different definitions of success. For some, success may mean owning a large, luxurious house. For others, it could mean achieving peace of mind and financial stability. Uncertainty about the future. Our differing perceptions of the future influence our financial strategies. An interesting example. The author illustrates this with a young investor who actively trades stocks and tracks market trends daily, compared to someone nearing retirement who opts for bonds and fixed deposits. These choices reflect distinct life stages and personal goals. Learning. There's no single right approach to managing money, it all depends on individual circumstances and priorities. The importance of you and I. Recognize your perspective. Instead of imitating others, align your decisions with your unique priorities and risk tolerance. Respect others. Understand that everyone has their own perspectives. Strive to appreciate and respect their choices and plans. Learn from shared experiences. Despite our differences, we can gain valuable insights from each other's experiences. 3 key points. Financial management isn't one size fits all, the best strategy is one tailored to your unique goals and situation. Focus on your own priorities rather than external pressures when making decisions. Embrace diversity by understanding and appreciating differing approaches to financial success. Learning. Money management is deeply personal and cannot be standardized. A thought. What works for one person may not work for another, making financial management an individual and distinctive journey. Chapter 17, The Trap of Pessimism. Pessimism, though powerful, can be a dangerous emotion in financial management. When things go wrong, it's easy to adopt a bleak outlook on the future. The author explains that succumbing to this pessimism trap often prevents sound decision-making. Why pessimism tends to prevail. The fast spread of negative news. Events like market crashes or economic downturns often trigger widespread fear and hopelessness. Negative emotions usually carry a stronger influence than positive ones. The fear of losing. Studies show that people are more motivated to avoid losses than to seek gains. Example, when faced with a choice between gaining $1,000 or losing the same amount, most individuals focus more on avoiding the loss. Uncertainty about the future. When circumstances take a downturn, we tend to assume the future will continue on the same path. However, history teaches us that things generally improve with time. An interesting example. During the 2008 financial crisis, many believed the stock market was beyond repair. They sold their investments at heavy losses. Yet those who remained calm and waited patiently often doubled their investments within a few years. Learning. Despair often leads to unwise financial decisions. How to escape the pessimism trap. Adopt a long-term perspective. While the short-term outlook might seem grim, economies and markets typically recover and grow over time, a trend backed by history. Rely on data. Let facts and figures guide your decisions rather than emotions. Exercise patience. Accept market fluctuations and resist the urge to react impulsively. Turning despair into opportunity. Avoid panic selling. Selling investments during a downturn is a common mistake that often leads to significant losses. Embrace market volatility. Understand that fluctuations are a natural part of investing and can present opportunities. Practice smart risk management. Proper risk management is crucial to avoid falling into pessimism. 3 key points. Focus on facts rather than pessimistic thoughts. Patience is a powerful tool. A long-term commitment often leads to success. Stay optimistic. Identify opportunities amid tough times and act wisely. Learning. Acknowledging and overcoming pessimism can bring you closer to achieving financial success. A thought. Every crisis holds an opportunity. Instead of panicking, strive to uncover it. Chapter 18, When you assume anything. In the world of finance, our beliefs and assumptions significantly influence our decisions. However, blindly trusting these assumptions without verification can lead to failure. The author stresses that achieving financial success requires relying on facts rather than unchecked beliefs. How beliefs are formed. Personal experiences. Our beliefs often stem from the lessons and observations we've gathered throughout life. Example. Someone who has endured significant losses in the stock market may view it as a risky venture, whereas someone who has profited might consider it the ideal investment avenue. Social influence. Many of us accept societal or peer opinions without checking their validity. This herd mentality can result in poor financial choices. Expectations about the future. We often believe that current conditions will persist, even though circumstances are always changing. Examples of misconceptions. The danger of widespread beliefs. A common assumption is that the stock market is only suitable for the wealthy. However, anyone with an understanding of it can find it to be a beneficial investment option. Investing without proper research. Many individuals follow advice from friends or family without conducting their own analysis. This can lead to disastrous outcomes, especially if the advice lacks a solid foundation. An interesting example. During the dot-com boom of the 1990s, many assumed that tech companies were foolproof investments. Heavy investments were made without due diligence, resulting in massive losses when the bubble burst. Learning. What's popular is not always correct. The consequences of assumptions. Poor decision-making. Choices made without factual analysis often lead to failure. Emotional attachments. Investments driven solely by beliefs can create emotional ties, making it difficult to exit even when losses occur. Stagnation in learning. Believing you know everything prevents you from gaining new knowledge or insights. How to avoid this pitfall? Rely on facts. Gather accurate and reliable information before making decisions. Avoid investing simply because others are doing it. Ask questions. Challenge advice or information, aiming to understand the reasoning behind it. Think beyond short-term gains. Focus on how investments align with your broader financial goals rather than just immediate returns. 3 key points. Always question assumptions. Blind faith often leads to mistakes. Expand your understanding. Investing in financial education yields better returns than any monetary investment. Be cautious. Avoid following the crowd and make decisions based on your own knowledge. Learning. Success in finance depends on evaluating beliefs and assumptions critically and thoughtfully. A thought. The biggest risk lies in believing something that isn't true. Chapter 19, Managing Money Together. Every principle of financial wisdom and money management is interconnected. It's not merely about saving, investing, or spending but about harmonizing and integrating each component effectively. In this chapter, the author reveals that the true key to wealth building lies in combining incremental steps with a focus on long-term vision. Small decisions play a foundational role in financial success. Every minor habit and decision you adopt has a significant cumulative impact. For instance, saving just $10 a day could grow into $36,500 over a decade, but only if you stay consistent. 2 core principles. Wisdom and patience. Thoughtful decisions, combined with patience, pave the way for success. For example, when investing in the stock market, staying committed despite fluctuations is crucial. Focus. Keep your financial goals at the forefront. Approach each action as a step toward achieving these objectives. Steps to integrate financial aspects. 1. Set clear priorities. Determine what matters most to you and align your financial goals accordingly. 2. Start small changes. Avoid drastic overhauls. For instance, begin by saving $5 or $10, then gradually increase the amount. 3. Stay consistent. Practice new habits regularly and adhere to your plan without deviation. 4. Review and adjust. Periodically evaluate your strategy to ensure you're on track and make necessary adjustments. The author shares a striking example of a person who began saving $5,000 monthly at 25, increasing this amount by 10% yearly. Over 3 decades, their fortune grew into millions, thanks to the power of compounding and consistency. The formula for financial success. Patience plus wisdom. Practice patience and make well-thought-out decisions. Saving plus investing. Savings alone won't suffice. Investing strategically is vital. Consistency plus review. Continuously refine your strategy over time. 3 key takeaways. 1. Achieve balance. Maintain equilibrium between spending, saving, and investing. 2. Think long-term. Avoid focusing solely on short-term gains. Prioritize your overarching goals. 3. Link every step. Recognize how each small decision and habit contributes to larger achievements. Learning. The essence of financial success lies in blending all aspects and maintaining balance. Major accomplishments are the result of steady, consistent effort. Chapter 20. Acceptance, the final step to financial success. Acceptance is the ultimate and most vital step toward achieving financial success. It requires acknowledging that not everything in life or finances is within our control. The author points out that acceptance is not a sign of surrender but a mark of wisdom. It entails understanding the realities of a situation, recognizing that all plans carry risks and uncertainties, and accepting that not every decision will be flawless. A failure doesn't signify defeat. 3 core aspects of acceptance. 1. Self-awareness. Understand your priorities, risk tolerance, and life aspirations. Accept your uniqueness and resist the urge to follow others blindly. 2. Releasing control. Attempting to control every detail only leads to stress and frustration. True acceptance means focusing on your efforts rather than being fixated on outcomes. 3. Adapting to uncertainty. Accept that risks and uncertainties are inherent in life, enabling you to remain flexible and adjust your plans as needed. Why acceptance matters. Reality check. By accepting limitations, you can make more practical and informed decisions. Reduced anxiety. Embracing uncertainty fosters peace of mind and alleviates worry. Increased adaptability. Viewing risks and setbacks as natural parts of life allows for better adjustments and improved strategies. An example to consider. During the 2008 financial crisis, many investors succumbed to panic and sold their stocks. However, those who remained composed and regarded the crisis as a temporary challenge ultimately enjoyed substantial profits in the recovery period. Lessons on embracing acceptance. Control what you can. Focus on your habits and efforts rather than external factors such as market trends or economic changes. Adopt a long-term view. Accept short-term losses and concentrate on staying on course toward your long-term goals. Maintain positivity. Acceptance is not about negativity, it's about handling circumstances with wisdom and pragmatism. Steps to cultivate acceptance. 1. Acknowledge your limits. Recognizing that not everything is within your control fosters realistic thinking. 2. Welcome uncertainty. See uncertainty not as a threat but as an opportunity for growth and learning. 3. Shift your perspective. If a plan fails, treat it as a fresh start rather than a personal setback. 3 major insights. 1. Peace through acceptance. Embracing reality brings inner peace. 2. Understand success and failure. Success always involves risks, and every failure teaches a valuable lesson. 3. Life as a journey. Each step, regardless of the outcome, contributes to personal growth and progress. Conclusion. Acceptance is not about giving up, it symbolizes maturity, wisdom, and an understanding of reality. Closing thoughts. This book conveys that managing money isn't purely mathematical but also reflects our mindset, habits, and outlook on life. Smart saving, careful investing, and thinking long-term can lead to financial independence. Subscribe to the Legendary Books channel and simplify your journey toward success. Join us today to build a better future. Always remember, the true essence of wealth lies in achieving freedom, stability, and happiness. Together, let's make this journey impactful and fulfilling. Thank you.